Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Can you hear clearly?
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear clearly? Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we start today. Okay. So we already
Yes.
see what are the disinfection, antiseptic, as well as the sterilization, right? So with the disinfection, killing the bacteria, right? Antiseptic also can killing the bacteria, but its sterilization, but disinfectant and antiseptic, it not be killing the spores, right? But it can be kill the spores by sterilizing methods. So different sterilizing methods can be used to kill that spores, and to all type of the bacteria is killed by the sterilization, right? And as you know, there's the different properties of the disinfectant that should be required. So appropriate properties must be required. So you can select that disinfectant and killing the microbacteria and avoid the different types of disinfection. Right. So the properties should be non-corrosive. If you apply to the any article, any metal article, or any stainless steel or any skin, not be corrosive to your skin, right? It should be again effective, so we can destroy all the type of the microorganisms if I use that disinfect agents. So then it should be have the broad spectrum killing, means all type of bacteria will be killed by the disinfection. That's why it is called as broad spectrum. Means the spectrum means maybe it is a different types of spectrums are there. Broad spectrum, the short spectrum as light. Means that the different types of the microorganisms can kill that microorganisms also. does not say any producing the deterioration to the any article, or means if you apply the disinfectant to the particular article, so this article is not been destroyed. So what are the properties of the article which are remain same as it is, right? So if you apply that various type of disinfecting agents, then will not be harm to the animals as well as human skin. Then it should be appropriate have the pleasant flavor. And it is a very important aspect that if you want to dispose that the disinfectant agents, right? So not be affect the environment of that, right? So environment should be again safe, right? And if I've just disposed that different disinfecting agents in the environments, so not be affecting to the or any other uh, living animals, right? So these aspects of the property of disinfectant. So appropriate disinfection must be selected to kill all type of the bacteria, right? So this is a we see the slide classification of the disinfection. So different classifications are there's a major classification as the physical agents and chemical agents, right? So physical agent means we can use the physical instruments so can kill the all type of the bacteria physical that is physical agents, right? So we heat, we can directly heat is applied to that particular article, so killing the bacteria on the surface of that article. Infiltration, so what is the so if the some of the solutions or the some of this preparation is maybe chances there is a uh, heat sensitive is there. If you apply the heat, it will distort that or to that content in that. That's why you can use that the filtration method. Can use the different types of the filter so can remove the bacterial contaminants in the in that solution and so make the solution as a free from the bacteria. Then radiations we can use the different radiations are there is alpha radiation, gamma radiation, IR radiations are there, infrared radiations. These radiations is particularly used for to killing the microorganisms. Then this about the chemical agents, whereas the chemicals are there. Alcohol is regularly used as alcohol. These are the chemical agents. Then its main content of sanitizer. Sanitizer is mainly content of 70 to 80% of the alcohol, and the alcohol is used for the disinfection. So because alcohol, if you have directly applied to the surface, so we can use as antiseptic. So killing the microorganisms and avoid this infection. The halogens are there, bogonites are there. Like these are the different chemical agents are used. Next category is we can use the different areas of the surface active agents. That is called as a surfactant, or in other name we call as a soap also. So as you know that the soap, what is a particular soap? Soap is used for to relieve from the different pandemic of COVID-19, right? So you can killing the viruses by the soaps. Only soap is there. So you can just clean your hands with the soap and keeping the on the hands for the 20 seconds. So 20 seconds is required for destroy that the projection of the proteins which are surface of that the on that the COVID. So can that lipid should be destroyed, right? That protein should be destroyed at the surface, and that is totally that virus is killing. So this is the main property of the surface antigens are there. So can use as a mild antiseptic, so can killing the bacteria. Then phenol and phenolic compounds are there. Is also used as a chemical, and it is used as disinfecting agents. Then this is a physical agents. We can use a dry kits, or we can directly give the flame, directly give the flame and to killing the bacteria. In moist sterilization, that is we have seen last time. That is a autoclaving is used. It is called as a moist sterilization. So the temperature should be below 100 or the above 100 or above more than 100. So depending upon what type of the microorganisms containing on the article, so such temperature should be used, right? So the steam is particularly used the steam, right? So can there is a coagulation of the protein on the surface of the cell membrane, right, and destroy the cell membrane, right? So these main aspects of the moist sterilization. So moist sterilization is particularly used for that. Then the temperature is about hundreds, so you can use it directly as a boiling. So you can boiling. So as you know, there's after 100 about 100 degree centigrades, so you can boil the water. And in the boiling water is most of the organisms are killing with the boiling water. or the above 100 degrees centigrade, right? And but the spores are not be killed. Right. The spores it should be required the high temperature, which is maybe 160 degrees centigrade required for the killing the spores. But the other type of the microorganisms we are killing with the 100 degree. Right. Then tyndallization is what of this. So tyndallization is a process to processing of the milk. So next slide we'll see that the processing. It is called as a pasteurization. So pasteurization is maybe contain the different contaminants or the different microorganisms in the milk, right? So that that should be processed the milk and to killing the dead microorganisms in the milk, and so can treat that give the treatment to the milk and avoid the problem to the human if you are eating that, if you are eating that the milk. The additions are there, we have seen already. Ultraviolet additions generally used in hospital as well as in a hotel also, right? And it is mainly used for in safety cabinets and the safety nets. And it is used as a for disinfecting in the different hospital area, the operating area as well as in the hotel, right? And due to this problem. Then filtration, so can remove the bacteria from that heat labile liquid. So heat labile liquid means that some of the liquid, if you apply the heats, it will destroy the active substances in that the solution, right? So at that times, how to do that? However, that destroy the solution, you can use that non-heating article that is called as filtration. So you can use a different as a filter, so you can remove the bacteria. So it is particularly for the syrup fluids or particularly for the antibiotic solutions is particularly used for the killing the bacteria, right? So you can remove the bacteria which is required for that solution. Understand it? So this different factor affecting the efficiency. So filtration efficiency remove the alter the bacteria by the filtration, right? So it will be affecting the initial number of microorganisms, means how much number of the microorganisms containing that solution, right? Such type of the filter is selected. If the very high number of the microorganisms is there, so you can use that membrane type of filter. So its membrane type of the filter is the pore size of the filter is the 0.5 micron, is a less than 0.5 micron. So above that the particles are above that the size of the microorganisms will be entangled on the filter, so can remove from that solution. So this initial number of microorganisms or the initial number are there, what is the number of organisms in that particular solution, then which type of the microorganisms there, whether it is gram positive, whether it is gram negative, right? So the particular if you know that which type of microorganisms, then you can select that different filtration method. Then composition and course of the filter, so it is a very important aspect that so you can selecting the appropriate filter. So you should have the appropriate pore size. So can remove, main purpose is to ban to that remove the all type of the background organisms with the help of the filtration. Then there is a this example. There is a main use of the separation of toxins from the different soluble products, sterilization of the material, right, or purification of the water. So different filters can be used to purify the water again. So we have seen that different types of filters are there. Maybe candle filter, so generally used in home, right? So this so the filter is contain the candle filter. Candles are there. So with the asbestos candles are there. So with this asbestos candle, there is a pore size is more than the 0.5 micron. So can what is the contaminant in the water can filter with the help of the candle and filter that water. Then asbestos filter, the SIS filter or the Stearman filter. Next is the sinter glass filters are is a metaphor of the glass is contained of the filter, right? And if the if there is a small amount of the solution is there, so we can use that as sinter glass filter. Then membrane type of filters are there. So the part is the pore size is not 15 micrometer, means above that 0.15 micrometer, so you can remove that microorganisms, right, with the help of the filtration. So mainly use that membrane filter as to preparation of solution of parental use. So those are injections are there, maybe infusions are there, the different ophthalmic solutions are there, maybe eye drops are there, right? So remove the contaminant from that solution, right? So you can you can use that membrane filter, right? So disinfection solutions are there, right? So can removing that bacteria and yeast is there. Then syringe filter is also there. If there is a solution volume is very low, maybe 10 ml or maybe 20 ml, from that 20 ml, if you want to filter it, if I use the larger size of the filter, and it is not possible to filter that at 10 ml, right? And most of this solution may be wasted. That's why you can use syringe filter. It's maybe size which is 1 or 10 or 20 ml, so can filter the small volume of the that fluids with the help of the syringe filter. Then HEPA filter is one of this. So HEPA is high efficiency particulate air filter, right? So high efficiency particulate air filter, so is particularly used in the sterile area. So we have in a sterile area in microbiology department. In the microbiology, this aseptic cabinet is there. So already we have seen that aseptic cabinet. In that aseptic cabinets, right? So different instrument we can keeping, right? Maintaining the air condition in that system. And whatever the air is supplied to that area should be free from microorganisms. So that's why high efficiency particulate air filter can be used to remove the different contaminants from the air, and the fresh air or without contaminant air can passing into that area and avoid the contamination in that area. Because in that area you can prepare the different types of injections. And if in the area is content of the different organisms are there, will be contaminated your products. So this area should be free from the microorganisms. So can use high efficiency particulate air filter. So the size of the that pore size of the filter is the 0.03 microns, right? So above that microorganisms you can that remove with the help of the filter. So the fresh air is passing to that area and to avoid its contamination, right? So this is about different HEPA filters can be used to remove the microorganisms. All right. So then, so classification of the antiseptics and different types of disinfecting agents. So how can select the different disinfecting agents? In consideration of the killing pattern, consideration of the killing the mechanisms by different mechanism. All right. So which type of the mechanisms is there, right? And how we can kill that mechanisms? We can select an appropriate disinfectant of that. Right. So the first is that is those we are denatured protein, right? So those microorganisms we can denature the protein, that is coagulation of the protein, right? So the first that is a disinfectant will be passing to that cell membrane. The first part is cell wall, then cell membrane. So what is the protein containing in that cell membrane will be coagulation, coagulate that protein, and what is the original nature of the protein is will be changed. So behavior of the original behavior of the protein is changed. So that's why it is called as a denature of the protein. And after changing that behavior, right, so that the cell is destroyed, right? Then next is those who are causing the osmotic disruption of the cell. So osmotic disruption means that so we can increase osmotic pressure inside the cell membrane, right? So increase that osmotic pressure inside the cell membrane. With that pressure, we can disturb that the cell membrane, right? And after destruction of the cell membrane, so they destroy that mechanisms. Then we can interfere with the specific metabolic process. With this disinfectant, it may change the metabolic process of that. So the metabolism is one of the important aspects in the every living tissues. If there is a metabolism is not appropriate, so that's particular living things are not be survival. So this killing that mechanisms by after some time, but it's required time, right? So and that is called as a metabolic. You can change that metabolic process with this the antiseptic and disinfectant. Then the first two, there is a denature of the protein and with the osmotic pressure to a disruption of the cell membrane, right? So you can killing the microorganisms as 100%. But in the third case, so you can stopping the growth of the microorganisms, stopping the growth, right? Stopping the reproduction of that microorganisms without killing the microorganisms. It is called as a specific metabolic process. Right? So metabolic process is changed, and due to the metabolic process is changed, the growth of the cell is not be possible. Right? Reproduction of the cell is not be possible. Right? And there is a these are the different mechanisms to disturb that or to killing the microorganisms with the help of the disinfecting agents. So these are the different classification of agents. So that you can use a different chemical agents. This may be phenol derivative. Phenol derivative is used, the phenol, or maybe cresol, or maybe hexachlorophenol, or chlorothianol. Right. So these are the phenol derivatives mainly can be used that. So we'll see after in that slide. So you can so how the particular organisms is killing with a different chemical. Right. Then oxidizing agents maybe hydrogen peroxide, halogens are maybe iodine, chlorine, chlorophores are there, chlorophores. Bagonites is chlorohexidine. Quaternary ammonium quaternary ammonium is cetrimide. So particularly quaternary ammonium solution is particularly used in industrial purpose. It is called as cetrimide for killing the microorganisms and the make the area is disinfect. Then alcohol, maybe ethanol, isopropanol. The aldehydes are formaldehyde solution is also called as a formalin. Right. So appropriate concentration of the formaldehyde which are used as a disinfection. Then acids are there, maybe boric acid or maybe acetic acid. Right. Also have that boric acid as well that there is antiseptic action, killing the microorganisms and avoid the problem. Then metallic salts are there, different mercuric compounds as well as silver or as you know the silver. So different preparation is in pharmaceutical which are containment of the silver. As you know silver, so silver have the antiseptic property. So can killing the microorganisms and avoid infection. The zinc also have the same property. So different dyes are used. There is ginseng violet or acryflavin dyes. Right. So dyes also can be used for a antiseptic property. Right. So this is about classification. We have seen that a different mechanism of action of the different chemical agents. Right. So the phenol, iodine, alcohol, aldehydes, and metal compounds. Right. So if I use that chemical, right. So what will be happen to that microorganisms to can destruct that cell membrane. So how can destruct the cell membrane? So it is containment of the protein of the cell membrane will be coagulation of that different protein and denature the proteins. And after denaturation of the protein, will be changed that DNA structure or the DNA characteristics of that particular organisms. So DNA change, as you know, DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid, right? So there is a main aspects of the any living things, right? If you have destroyed the living things, so no any living tissues is remaining. Right. So this with this chemical, there's a phenol, iodine, alcohol, aldehydes, metallic compounds can denature the protein and to change the behavior of the DNA structure, the DNA characteristics, and survival of that the particular organism is not there, and killing that organism. Then ketonic detergents. We have seen different types of surfactive agents are surface active agents. So all the soaps are it is called as a surfactant or it is also as a detergent. So particularly these are different types of detergents are there. Maybe anionic type of detergent, cationic type of detergents are there, or non-ionic type of detergents are there. So particularly the cationic type of detergents can interfere with the plasma membrane permeability. So what is the original permeability? So means original structure of the cell membrane is a change. The characteristics of the original structure of the cell membrane is a change. So increase the permeability of that. So after increasing permeability, what will happen? So what is the content of that cell? Maybe leakage of the enzymes. So means is make the means permeability. What is meant by permeability is means that the cell membrane is make them thin. So after thinning that cell membrane, can leakage the different enzymes and coenzymes and metabolite from that cell. And if you have removed that, if you have leakage that enzymes and coenzymes and metabolites, so again you can change this total metabolic process of the enzyme of that particular cell and that particular organism is killing. right? It is particularly used for the cationic type of detergents are there. Then oxidizing compounds are there. Again, with last time we have seen with help of the oxidizing agents, so you can directly apply to that the cell membrane, apply to that cell or the cell membrane. Right. First part is cell wall, then that is the cell membrane. Right, and this remaining parts are maybe different cells compounds are there. So first that is a oxidizing agents. What is used for that? Oxidize that cell membrane, right? So oxidize the cell membrane, and after the oxidation of the cell membrane, you can lysis of the cell membrane. So lysis of cell membrane, lysis means which is a destruction. So destruction of the cell membrane is possible with oxidizing agents. So you can use different types of oxidizing agents to killing that microorganism. So these are different mechanisms we can use for killing the microorganisms with the different mechanisms are there. Then we'll see the particular chemical agents and how can kill the microorganisms and what is a particular property of that phenol and is a particular mechanism action of that disinfectant. So how can kill that particular say particular organisms, right? So the phenol, as you know, is phenol and the phenolic derivatives. So you can the protoplasmic poison. It is called as protoplasmic poison. So this is poison to the organisms. With that phenol, you can killing the microorganisms and you can make a injure the tissues, injure the cells with using the highest concentration which causing the skin burning. So the highest concentration of the phenol, it cannot be used right directly to the skin, right, because it is poisonous things and it is corrosive in nature and it is chances that is some of the corrosive action to the skin, right, and will your skin is burning, right, if you handle directly, right. So this is one thing. Then next is a mechanism of action. What is the mechanism of action of the phenol? So basically really acting on the cell membrane, and after the acting on the cell membrane of the organisms, it will inactivate that intracytoplasmic enzymes. It make them inactivate of the cytoplasmic enzymes, and after by forming that unstable complexes. So these unstable complexes form with the enzymes inactivate that cytoplasmic enzymes, and after inactivation of the cytoplasmic enzymes, that is make them the totally inactive cell membrane, and that particular organism is a killing and not be survival. Understand this? So it's a acting on the cell membrane, and what is the content of the cell membrane? It's a different content of the cell membranes are there is main content of the enzymes, right? So enzyme is used for as a energy for the organisms, right? So if you have inactivate that enzymes, right, it's for instead of the unstable complexes, and with that, right, so particular organisms is killing. Then denature of the bacterial protein. Again, the coagulation of that particular proteins in the cell membrane, and after coagulation of the protein to how the original nature of the protein is not remaining, and it is that's why it is called as denaturation of the protein. So what is the original function of the protein is totally destroyed, right? Right, and after destroying, it is a no survival of that particular organism is not there. Then uses is yours, as you know, this different phenol is yours and different preparation is available in the market, right? You can disinfectant urine, feces, the pus or the burn, right? Then extremely irritating and which are corrosive. We have already seen. Right? So this mechanism will destroy that the cell membrane by inactivate intracytoplasmic enzymes, and after destroy that, inactivate that, the original nature of that organism is not very remaining. So this is about the phenol. Then, so cresol is that cresol is a derivative of the phenol. So methyl derivative of the phenol, which is less damaging tissue than the tissue than the phenol, is a less damaging and is a less active of the cresol, but it is a 3 to 10 times more active. It's more damaging, more killing the bacteria with the cresol. Right. So we can use for disinfection of the intestine. We can use disinfection of utensils or extra for the washing the hands, right? Particularly cresol is used for that, and different preparations are all in the market. That is, Lysol is one of this, is one example. Then chlorothalonil is also there, and is particularly used as a Dettol. As you know, the Dettol is the main content of chlorothalonil. Is the main content of chlorothalonil with the castor oil emulsion or castor oil soap. The soap in combined with the chlorothalonil. So is main content of the soap. Right. So, and this main content of the soaps, and that's why if you have this solution, 1 or 2 cap the Dettol solution, if you have just put up into the half bucket of the water, right, we can solubilize in the water, right. So due to this, due to the soaps can dissolve in water and is make them the solution as the whitish in color. Right? How it is possible? Because Dettol is content made of the different soap, and the main active content of the chlorothalonil and is a disinfecting agents. So it's not be the coagular protein, but it can kill the microorganisms with the help of this. So it's non-corrosive. It's always Dettol is not corrosive. We can directly apply to the skin also. Non-irritating to the skin. So commercial 4.8 solution which are used for the surgical antiseptic. So concentration should be 4.8% solution. Can use for disinfection of the surgical instrument, right? Or we can just washing the wounds or the washing the cut to the skin, right? And clean the mechanisms and clean your wounds, right? And healing the wounds properly. Then it is a main skin cream on the soaps. The 0.8% it's containing. So different skin cream also is containing the Dettol and is used for the disinfection purpose. Then mouthwash is also is containing the 1%. Right. So mouthwash is if you have deodorized the buccal cavities as well as what is content of the microorganisms on your in your mouth cavity, it will be destroyed and avoid the infection to the mouth. Right. So this is about the then hexachlorophene is commonly incorporated in the soap. Is the hexachlorophene which are incorporated in the soap, which are effective only against the gram-positive type of the microorganisms. So gram-positive, gram-negative type of the microorganisms, right? So these are the different characteristics of that organisms. So if the some of the chemical, right, some of the chemical agents will be destroyed the only gram-positive, or the some of the chemical agent we can destroy the only gram negative. Some of the chemical we can killing the all type of the gram negative and the gram positive and the neutral type of microorganisms also can kill with that. Then you can show that persistence action. So generally the 2% is more than 2% preparations will be banned because it's a more toxic in nature to the skin. That's why this preparation is banned in the market. Then oxidizing agents. So oxidizing agents, particularly potassium permanganate is used. Hello, can you hear? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Stop the presentation and just everybody just put on your videos. Hello. Just put on your videos. Everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, everybody. What is the video all? Hello. ठीक आहे. So good morning. आपण आता बरेच टॉपिक बघितले मायक्रोऑर्गॅनिझम्स मध्ये, मायक्रोबायोलॉजी मध्ये इज अ डिसइन्फेक्टंट, अँटीसेप्टिक अँड स्टरलायझेशन. तर याच्यामध्ये आपण तुम्हाला काय डिफिकल्टी वाटते याच्यामध्ये? हॅलो, हे जे काही शिकवलं जातंय आता ऑनलाईन ते कळतंय तुम्हाला?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
कळतंय ना? काही प्रॉब्लेम नाही?
No, sir.
No problem, sir.
अरे सगळे जण दिसत नाही मला इथं, 4-5च जण दिसत आहेत. सगळे मोबाईलवर आहेत का बाकीचे?
सर
हॅलो,
सर
सगळे
15 जण आहेत. 15 जण आहेत.
अच्छा, याच्या व्हिडिओ मध्ये? ओके
15 ते 20 आहेत.
ओके. मग तुमचा दिवस कसा जातो सकाळ टू संध्याकाळपर्यंत? केजल
सर निवांत.
निवांत, अगदी निवांत. जे झालेलं आहे ते रिव्हिजन करा परत. जे प्रत्येक विषयाचे होत आहेत रिव्हिजन करू शकता. नेटवर पण भरपूर अवेलेबल आहे. समजा की एक 4 मिनिटाचं लेक्चर घेतलं तर तुमचा डाटा किती जातो?
लय जातोय.
हा?
लय जातोय सर. झूम डाटा कॅप्चर लय करते.
होय का? पण कुठलं तुम्हाला ऍप चांगलं वाटतंय? टीम
सर
का दुसरा कुठला? गुगल मीट आहे किंवा झूम आहे?
मायक्रोसॉफ्ट.
सर मायक्रोसॉफ्ट टीम.
टीम चांगलं आहे.
झूम लेट डेटा कॅप्चर करते.
अच्छा, डेटा कॅप्चर करते, पण मला व्हॉइस क्वालिटी आणि व्हिडिओ याच्यामध्ये चांगलं वाटतं असं म्हणतात.
सर
टेक्निक
झूम
मध्ये फार
मायक्रोसॉफ्ट नाही त्याच्यापेक्षा.
हा
मायक्रोसॉफ्ट मध्ये चांगला आहे.
चांगलं आहे.
क्लिअरिटी वगैरे ठीक आहे.
ओके. बाकी काय अभ्यास करता ना मग?
हो सर करतोय सर.
सर
घरी काय आई वडिलांना त्रास देत नाही? बाहेर जायचंय मला,
हो सर.
लॉकडाऊन आहे. हा होय की नाही केजल?
बाहेर जाताय.
येस सर.
बाहेर जाऊ नका, बाहेर सगळे कोरोना आलेत.
येस सर.
सापडले पेशंट पण. बाहेर जाऊ नका. हा हे बाकी काय? बाकी विषयाचे होतात का सगळे लेक्चर्स? समजतायत सगळ्यांना तुम्हाला? हा
हो सर.
येस सर.
मस्त आहे ना. तर हा कसं आहे की आपण 40 मिनिटामध्ये जो 4-5 स्लाइड होतात आपल्या, त्यामुळे जो सिलेबस आहे तो फार कमी म्हणजे कम्प्लीट होतोय. ठीक आहे. समजा की आता डिसइन्फेक्शन चॅप्टर शिकवायला 10-12 लेक्चर पाहिजे, कारण वेळ फारच आपला ऑनलाईन मध्ये जातोय. 40 मिनिटं लेक्चर मध्ये अगदी 3-4 मॅक्झिमम 3-4 स्लाइड होत आहेत. हो की नाही?
येस.
करत राहा. आणि नेटवर पण अवेलेबल आहे.
येस सर.
येस सर.
पीईचा काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे? पीई मी ड्रॉइंग शिकवतोय सध्या. ड्रॉइंग मध्ये काय आहे प्रॉब्लेम? कळतंय व्यवस्थित?
होय.
येस
येस
सर.
सर.
ओके.
येस सर.
केजल दिसत नाही, गेली का? दिवस झाली केजल?
येस सर.
आहे, दिसत नाही.
सर आहे मी.
आहे ना. ओके. तर ठीक आहे, आपण डिसइन्फेक्टंट बघितलं.
येस
काय
सर.
प्रॉब्लेम वाटतंय तुम्हाला? नाही. बाकी काय कुठल्या विषयात काय प्रॉब्लेम?
नो सर.
मग घरी बसून दिवसभर काय करता? हा
लेक्चर सर.
हाफ डे लेक्चर मध्ये जातो सर.
अच्छा, लेक्चर मध्ये जातो.
हा 2:40 पर्यंत लेक्चरच असतात.
अच्छा, ओके. त्याच्यानंतर
तेच.
लेक्चर
टोटल
2:40 संपतात सर.
महिन्याला
पण
किती
वेळ होतोय.
तुम्हाला चार्जिंग करायला लागतं? प्रत्येक दिवशी तुम्हाला किती डाटा जातो? लेक्चर मध्येच समजा धरलं तर लेक्चरचा डाटा असेल तर
सर 900 MB जाते.
किती?
येस सर. 900 MB.
1000 MB.
अच्छा, 980 म्हणजे जास्त नाही.
सर
म्हणजे लेक्चर
लेक्चर मध्ये 200, 300, 400 MB घेतो.
जेवढे लेक्चर होतील तेवढे डाटा किती जातो? हॅलो,
काय सर? कळालं नाही.
समजा हे 3-4 लेक्चर असतील तर टोटल लेक्चर मध्ये डाटा किती जातो तुमचा?
1 GB ते 900 MB जातोय.
अच्छा.
टीम्सला कमी लागतो, झूमला जास्त लागतं.